Here is another postulate, the protractor postulate. Given AB, and we'll put a little ray on top, and a point C not on that ray AB, a unique real number from 0 to 180 degrees can be assigned to ray BC. So 0 is assigned to A, point A, and 180 degrees is assigned to point D. Use the protractor postulate to measure an angle. What is the measure of angle LAD? So we have L right here, and we have D right here. And before we answer this problem, we're going to just make some definitions, some statements. Since ray AF, so AF is right here, from A to F, lines up with 0 on the top scale. So right here we have 0 on the top scale. So they mean not the inside numbers, because those are going backwards. So we're going to go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And the next thing that it's going to say is, by the protractor postulate, real numbers are assigned to AL, right here, AL, and AD. So what is AL? What number is assigned to AL? And that would be, I'll do it in red, 70 degrees. And for AD, that is at, and we're going to use the top scale, so the outside, 160 degrees. And the question is asking, remember the question? I was way back here. What is the measure of LAD? The measure of LAD. Well, it's very similar to the ruler postulate. To find the distance, we just have to find the absolute value. So if we have 70 and we subtract 160 and take the absolute value, or if we do the absolute value of 160 minus 70, either way, we get 90. And you can see that that looks like a 90-degree angle right there. What is the measure of KAB? And I apologize that the question mark is inside of that measurement. KAB. All right, let's change to blue. Here's K, and here's A, and here's B. So from K, A to B. So we're going to say that K has an assigned 30. So from KA, that ray is equal to 30. That's the assigned. And BA is at 180 degrees. And so we can just take the absolute value of 30 minus 180, or you can do 180 minus 30, and either way you get 150. So this angle measurement is 150 degrees. This is section 1.1, measuring angles and segments continued, and you can see the previous day's lesson for your objectives. So we're going to start out with the angle addition postulate. If point D is in the interior, the that means the inside, you can see it in the diagram over here, point D, of angle ABC, then the measure of ABD plus the measure of CBD we add those together, then we get the whole angle. And the whole angle is ABC, so the measure of ABC. Okay, and you can see that in the little diagram if you assign 60 to ABD and you assign 40 to CBD, and it's very obvious that 60 plus 40 is 100. In this problem, it says Dave is driving to Gilmore to visit his friend. If he wants to stop, when is he about halfway there for lunch? In which town should he plan to stop? Explain. So we have Green Lake at 9 miles, Springfield is 15 miles, Twin Butte is 18 miles, and Gilmore is 26 miles. Since he's stopping in Gilmore, that's 26 miles away. So halfway, Gilmore is 26 miles. Halfway to Gilmore, 26 divided by 2 is 13 miles. The closest city to 13 miles away from where he's at is Springfield. So Springfield is about halfway. Okay, in the next part of our notes, we have some concepts. And these are congruent line segments. That means that they are the same size line segment. So PQ is congruent to XY, and there is a note saying that that is the congruence symbol. It's a little equals with a squiggly on top. Angles that have the same measure are congruent angles. Very similar to congruent line segments. And we can see in the line segments we have 2 tick marks. You can also have line segments. I'm sorry, a segment does not have arrows on it. It's just a piece of a line. Can also just have 1 tick mark. And so in these angles, you can see there is a measurement with a tick mark in it. Another way to show that is with 2 arcs inside of the angle to show that those angles are congruent. So we're going to practice writing angles. So we have angle ABC, and we're going to write the congruent symbol. Angle ABC is congruent to DEF. I apologize, the D got cut off a little bit. You can just fill it in with your pencil. So it's congruent to angle DEF. I'm going to choose a different color for this next one. We have the 2 arcs. We have angle LMN is congruent to angle XYZ. All right, the next problem, the bottom of your page, What do x and y equal? Interesting, and we're going to use our congruent segments to help us out here. So we have 2 tick marks on that triangle and 2 tick marks on that side of the triangle. And that means that those are equal sides in measure. They're congruent in measure. So 7x minus 4 is equal to 31. And on the other part of the triangle, we have 3 tick marks with a 24, and we have 3 tick marks with a 4y plus 8. So we can say that 4y plus 8 equals 24. Now we just have to solve for x and y. So back to our algebra. If we add 4 to both sides, and the 4's cancel out, leaving us with 7x. And here on this side we add to get 35. The next thing that we do is we divide by 7. X equals 5. The 7's cancel, 35 divided by 7 is 5. Solving this next one, for y, we minus 8 on both sides. The 8's will cancel, bring down the equals, bring down the 4y. 24 minus 8 is 16. Next up is 2. That's right, divide. Y equals 4. Because 16 divided by 4 is 4. And those 4's canceled. And turn the page. Last question for this section. What does x equal? So this is a congruent angles problem. We know that they're congruent because this little arc shows them to be congruent, which means that we can set each expression equal to the other expression. 5x plus 7 equals the other expression, 3x plus 23. We can remove those parentheses. We don't need them. So we're going to subtract 3x. Why do we do that on both sides? Because it cancels this x, bringing it to the other side. It simplifies our equation. Okay? So now we just have 5x minus 3x is 2x plus 7 equals 23. I'm probably going to go out of the box here. And same as our last problem, we subtract 7 on both sides. The 7's cancel. So on the left side, we have 2x equals the right side, 23 minus 7. Is that 16 again? Yep. Divide by 2. The 2's cancel, leaving us with x equals 16 divided by 2 is 8. Okay. I'm just going to make this red, just so you know it's not a division, it's just showing what we did to both sides of the equation. Awesome job.